What's happening, Saints fans? The New Orleans Saints just lost to the San Francisco 49ers in preseason week 2 with a final score of 16-10. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're catching us late this evening, on Sunday night, or early Monday morning, we greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in. Unfortunately, the New Orleans Saints fall short to San Francisco. We're going to go through everything you need to know, my reactions, and all sorts of other fun stuff. So really a quick reminder, hit the thumbs up icon, subscribe to the channel, get in the comment section, turn on the Noti Bell, and all the other fun YouTube cliche stuff. So let's get into the scoreboard on the day. Jake Haener led the New Orleans Saints in passing. Jordan Mims got a lot of action at the running back position. And then on top of that, Mason Fairchild actually led the team in receiving. But Chris Olave, A.T. Perry, Bub Means, and Kevin Austin Jr. also got involved in the receiving game. In terms of rushing, Jamal Williams had a good day. James Robinson got active. Taysom Hill with quite a bit of run as well. And I actually was very impressed with Jacob Kibodi, who only had 6 carries for 10 yards, but I liked what I saw from him. And on top of that, he was a contributor in the receiving game. 1 reception, 1 target, and 9 yards total. Now, in terms of the New Orleans Saints offense today, my initial takeaway and my initial reaction and thoughts, it wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't a good game. Like, we saw some really good stuff here, but then there would be massive problems over here. We saw the starting offense kind of stall out, not be that great at first, but the defense looked amazing. The starting defense was red hot. Brian Brzee, Chase Young, Cam Jordan, they were getting after it. They were making plays left and right. Willie Gay was phenomenal. But then the offense just couldn't get things going. Now, they did turn the ball over one time. Spencer Rattler on a low snap fumbled the ball. San Francisco ends up coming away with possession. The rushing game, so I want to make a comment here. I know that it says less than 4 yards per carry, but what we saw tonight in the rushing game was something that we hadn't seen in the Saints in a while. And Jamal Williams today, I think, had a really, really good opportunity to show that he can still have what it takes to be the running back too. And I think he actually did a good job with that. He had a long of 15 yards on a carry, which might have been the longest play of the day. No, it wasn't. It was one of the longest plays of the day. It was the longest rush of the day. Jamal Williams, he was playing with energy. He looked like he was having fun. Like, he looked like he did when he was with the Detroit Lions and had 17 rushing touchdowns. Now, by that same token, I need better production than 5 carries for 32 yards. But we're starting to see the rushing game kind of start figuring it out. So I think in that regard, it is a win and it's a positive, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And a lot of that work has to come from the offensive line. Now, really quick, I got to ask you this question. Who comes to mind? Who was the best player from tonight's game? Was it A.T. Perry? Was it Jake Haener? Was it Chase Young? Willie Gay? Blake Grupe hit a 52-yard field goal. Let me know. Who do you think was the best player from today's game? And if you want to go above and beyond, also let me know who the worst player was as well. I wanted to see more from the quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, still just the preseason, and there's still a lot of learning that needs to go down. Now, you know what else needs to go down? Not your pockets. If you want your pockets to get up, there's this old saying that I love. Either get your money up or get your funny up. If you want to get your money up, but not your funny up, go check out PrizePicks. PrizePicks is my favorite daily fantasy sports app, and they have such a good deal for you, Who Dat Nation. If you download the PrizePicks app and you use our promo code CLNS, you'll get a first-time deposit match up to $100. Meaning you put in $100, then PrizePicks puts in $100, and you have $200 of cheddar to lay down wherever you want. Whether it's the NFL preseason, whether it's the NFL season-long projections, whether it's MLB, Call of Duty, NASCAR, whatever, you can get started at PrizePicks and win some real money in real time. Now, here's the projections that I rolled with today. I went with Spencer Rattler more than 75.5 yards. Didn't get it. Jamal Williams, I went less than 21.5. He had more. Samson Nakua, I went with the more than 17.5 yards today. Didn't even get a catch. So if you want to take my advice, what I would suggest doing is watch Saints now, or first download Prize Picks, use our code CLNS, get that $100 deposit match. But then after that, come watch the show, see what my picks are, and then just do the opposite. Because clearly, I don't know what I'm doing, and clearly, you can win some money if you just listen to me but do the opposite. So take a quick second to download the Prize Picks app. I promise you it will be worth your time. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code CLNS, and you'll get a first-time deposit match up to $100. Shout out to Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. Prize Picks. Run your game. Now, speaking of running your game, let's talk about running the offense in the quarterback position. Now, Derek Carr, believe it or not, he was the best quarterback of the day. He was. 47 yards, 7 for 9, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But when it comes down to it, he was actually okay. By no means do I think Derek Carr is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. But I saw growth, and I saw progress from last week, and that right there in itself is a win, and that's what you look for in the preseason. You look for progress, you look for growth, you look for and by growth I mean stopping bad habits and creating new habits that are good. I think Derek Carr, he looked fine today. I want to see more. I really want to see him get a touchdown in the preseason because, and at this point, it's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, let's go out there and let's go make some plays. Unfortunately, not able to do that today, but Derek Carr still had an okay day. Not going to lie. Jake Haener, all right, so here's the deal, guys. I got nothing. I don't know who the QB2 is. I don't know who the QB3 is because going into today's game, I was like, you know what? Maybe Spencer Rattler has the edge. Then Rattler came out and played pretty bad. Jake Haener, he played okay. I still don't know who the leader is for this quarterback 2 battle. Quite frankly, I don't think we're going to know who the QB2 is for a while. And I think by the time we know who the QB2 is, it's not really going to matter because Derek Carr is going to be starting, and he's going to be playing every game. I think this is more so about the future of the team and what the outlook is and who's going to be the quarterback long term. Spencer Rattler, he moves well. He can buy time. He just didn't do that great tonight. Jake Haener was able to connect with A.T. Perry, has a clear chemistry with him, but again, neither of them found the end zone. You got to do that. I'm sorry. I just want to see the Saints score touchdowns. And as a quarterback, sue me, but I want to see that from my QBs. Grade the offense against San Francisco. For me, I got to go with like a C-, maybe a C. I'm not going to give them an F because they still move the ball well. They put up points. Let's not forget that this is the San Francisco 49ers, the team that the past 2 years has been the favorite to win the NFC, the team that just a few months ago was playing in the Super Bowl. So, again, I'm not going to take everything with a grain of salt. I think this was a good litmus test, and I think this does a good job to let the New Orleans Saints coaching staff know where they're at. And for the first time in over a month, the Saints are headed back to Louisiana tonight. They've been out to UC Irvine for training camp thus far, and now they're headed back to New Orleans. So I encourage you to subscribe for more videos. Hit the link. It's right here. You just type in that link, or there's a link in the comment section and description of this video. And heck, there's also a big red sub button, so just tickle that if you need to. We got a lot of injury updates. We're going to have roster news. We're going to have all sorts of stuff coming in, so I encourage you to subscribe. And one injury that I want to keep you guys in the loop on is Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now, for him, he left the first quarter with an ankle injury, and I'm trying to see the latest updates on Kool-Aid McKinstry. In terms of an injury update there, it's a knee injury. It comes out that it is officially a knee injury, and that Dennis Allen thinks that he avoided it being a serious injury. So I don't know if that's good news. I don't know if it's bad news, but right now with Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's dealing with a knee issue. He had a pass breakup in the first series on defense, came off the field, went into the blue tent, out onto the sideline, was on the bike, back into the blue tent, into the locker room. So right now when it comes to Kool-Aid McKinstry, he is still an option and he is still available. The injury is not expected to be anything major. Rico Payton, Dennis Allen showed him a lot of love today. Thinks he did some really good stuff. The UDFA rookie cornerback. I am very excited. Last week, he was the second highest rookie. I almost said freshman. The second highest graded rookie according to PFF in the preseason, which was really, really cool. So I was excited to see him build off of another good game. I want to see Rico Payton make this roster. And I put out on Twitter, I genuinely do think that Rico Payton will find himself a spot on the final 53-man roster. Jordan Mims might also find himself a spot. 10 carries. He had a long of 6 yards, a long of 6 yards. He had a total of 37. But Mims' impact was not just running the ball. It was also in the receiving game. It was also picking up blitzes. Jordan Mims led the team in rushing, and he was one of the – he actually did not have a pass catch. I thought he had a pass catch today. I'm wrong. Sometimes I forget. I thought that he had a pass catch. That was my fault. But anyway, Jordan Mims, like I said, still stand by what I said. His impact was not just as a rusher, but it was also on special teams where he was returning kicks, and then he was also picking up blitzes and pass blocks and stuff. Jamal Williams, like I said, I think he had a really good day. I'm excited to see more from him. I think you're starting to kind of get that swagger, starting to get that energy back from him, and I think that that's important for him to develop. Not develop, but for him to have in order to be a good fit for the offense. And I think that when he's having fun, he plays good football. So I'm glad to see Jamal Williams keeping his attitude positive and keeping that mindset in the green, if you will. Chris Olave led the team in receiving outside of Mason Fairchild, who had 3 catches for 31 yards. Chris Olave, he had 4 targets on the day, 3 catches, long of 19. And that was the longest play from scrimmage on the day for the New Orleans Saints. I'm excited about Olave. Every time he gets targeted with the ball, it looks like he makes a play. So I'm excited about him. I think he's going to be a good player. I think 1,000 yards is definitely on the table for Chris Olave. And lastly, let's talk about Bub Means, who got his first action of the season. He's been dealing with injuries. Now he finally gets onto the field. A really clutch catch on 4th down to extend the drive. Really liked that from Bub Means. And then on top of that, he had a really nice 9-yard gain after a quick pass. And I think that Bub Means has the size profile, has the athletic profile to be a good player. Just a matter of him staying on the field. And I do think that he could be this team's like 5th or 6th, like the last guy as the wide receiver for the Saints rosters. Depending on who they end up sticking or keeping around, I think Bub Means can make a positive impact. But I don't want to rush to it. Right now, I want him to just be a good football for the foreseeable future. Now, LFG Saints fans, we're so close. Preseason week 2 is over, but that means we're that much closer to real football. So get in the comment section and type me if you're pumped up for Saints football. That actually matters. And if you guys want to see my hot takes, if you want to catch any of the highlights from today's game, or if you just want to see what I got to say, hit me up, DM me, whatever. I love chopping it up with Saints fans because I know Saints fans love to talk about their favorite team. Hit me up on X, Trace Giroaurd 48. The Instagram is the same handle, just with an underscore at the back end of it. Feel free to give me a follow on social media. Y'all stay golden. Winners and losers coming at you tomorrow.